evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Gbagedemo TV. I am Sanutola Kumi Ajikade. First, here the major headlines for the world news. Those working with me know I'm very difficult to satisfy. Buhari. Apologize to ASUU. Falana tells Gbajabiamila. Any police officer that commits offense will pay dearly for it. NBA demand 5 billion naira for slain lawyer's family to monitor trial. Explosion kills 3 in Kogi state ahead of Buhari's visit. Suspected killer of Gulak arrested, narrates how he was killed. Unknown gunmen kidnap female Nigerian army officer, target others in military. Now on foreign. South Sudan. UN, AU, others demand urgent intervention to end violence. And lastly, on sports. Series the club Susalo bid for Unda. Another news on sports. I can't forget the pains of losing 2022 World Cup final. Mbappe. Now hear the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari said those working with him can attest to his principled lifestyle, noting that the people working with him know that it was very difficult to satisfy as a person. Buhari stated this shortly after decorating the newly promoted Commander, Brigade of Guards, Major General Muhammad Usman as a short ceremony at the villa on Wednesday. The President, assisted by the Chief of Army Staff, LT General Farouk Yahya, and the wife of the Commander, Dr. Rukiya Usman, decorated the officer with the rank of Major General. He said, those who work with me know I'm very difficult to satisfy, but I have never had any reason whatsoever to report you to the Chief of Army Staff or the Minister of Defense. The senior advocate of Nigeria told Punch that Gbajabiamila efforts regarding the resolution of matter related to the strike between the government and ASUU were truncated by a member of the Federal Executive Council. Falana's apology request follows a trade of blame between the ASUU president, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, and the speaking over the union described at the seat from Gbajabiamila. Reported on Wednesday that Oshodeke alleged that Gbajabiamila deceived the varsity union into calling off its 8-month-old industrial strike. According to him, Gbajabiamila took advantage of the sole spot he had on ASUU, and with a written promise assured that the union with the government will immediately full. He full offset the arrears of salaries owed to his members after calling off the strike. The police have warned his personnel against unprofessional conduct, saying they will bear the consequences of their actions. First Police Relations Officer Muiwa Adejobi said the police leadership does not anything with impunity, adding that operatives will pay dearly for any offense committed. We don't have anything with impunity, the first spokesman said during an interview on Channels Television's Publics Today. If you commit an offense as a policeman, you pay dearly for it. Nobody will tolerate that, and the Police Act is very clear about it. The Constitution and penal laws are very clear about this. Adejobi's warning comes on the heels of the murder of a Lagos-based lawyer, Mrs. Bolanle Rahim, who was shot dead on Christmas Day in the Ajah area of the state. Her killing has sparked outrage from many Nigerians. The situation has forced President Muhammadu Buhari, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, and Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to condemn the incident and call for a thorough probe. The Nigerian Band Association has said it will demand at least 5 billion naira compensation for the family of slain Lagos lawyer Mrs. Omobolanle Rahim. It will also monitor the trial of Assistant Superior Draman Bandi, who shot and killed Mrs. Rahim in Lagos on Christmas Day. NBA Lagos branch member and rights activist Ebunolu Adegborunwa in a statement on Thursday, and he was appointed to lead the monitoring team. Mrs. Rahim, an expectant mother, was in the car in Aja area of Lagos on her way back from church with her family when she was shot dead. Adegbolonga sailed the NBA Lagos in conjunction with the NBA president, Mr. Yse Mekiao San, has decided to be part of the prosecution of the policeman as part of his effort towards securing quick and effective justice for the family of the deceased. An explosion in the Okene area of Kogi State has killed 3 persons. According to Channels Television, the blast occurred on Thursday morning at the Oyin's Palace in the Okene local government area of the state. It was learned that the police operatives of the anti-bomb unit has arrived at the scene of the incident. Meanwhile, the President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to visit the state today. He will be commissioning some projects in the north-central states. The police in Imo State has arrested Mr. Chinwedu Ngwaku, suspected leader of the gang that killed Mr. Ahmed Gulak, a former presidential aide. Spokesperson of the police in Imo State, CSP Michael Abatam, made this known while parading the suspect at the command headquarters in Owerri on Wednesday. Abatam said that Ngwagu, properly known as Onye Army, confessing to joining the Nigerian Army in 2013 but left in 2021 and later joined the Eastern Security Network, ESN, the armed wing of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. He said the Ngwagu further confessed to leading the gang that attacked offices of the Independent National Electoral Commission in East Umboma and Isiala, Umbano Council areas, as well as the state headquarters in Owerri. Unknown gunmen has abducted a female Nigerian Army officer, VP Johnson, from Abia State. In a video seen by Daily Post on Thursday, the captors vowed to kidnap other Southeasterners serving in the army forces. The boys behind the recording said they were UGM, not members of the indigenous people of Biafra. This is a wonderful information to our people still in Nigerian military. That is how you people will die one after the other. Yes, this is happening live in Enugu today, 26th of December 2022. A Lieutenant 2-star in the military. After speaking in Igbo for some seconds, the voice continued. This is unknown government. Unknown government has nothing to do with the IPOL. Unknown government doesn't know IPOL. What we are after is Biafra. Whether they like it or not, we must gain our freedom or liberty back. Now on foreign. The UN mission in South Sudan and international partners have called for an immediate end to the mounting violence in the Greater Pibor area by armed youth from Jonglei. According to reports, no fewer than 57 have died since Sunday, with more than a dozen injured. UNMISS and other partners issued a statement on Wednesday, lamenting that they were gravely concerned about the escalating ongoing violence, loss of lives, and reports of alleged use of heavy weaponry. Other partners include the African Union Mission, the regional bloc IGAD, the so-called Troika, United States, United Kingdom, and Norway, the European Union, and the body overseeing the peace agreement signed by the warring parties in South Sudan. And lastly, on sports. South African giants Orlando Pirates have received offer from the Series A club to Sao Paulo for Super Eagles defender Oliza Inda. This is according to Isi Zulu publication Izolwe, who claimed to have received the information from a source who is close to Unda. Pirates have already received an offer on the table from Suzaulo, and they themselves have already reached back to them with their own valuation for Unda. That is understandable as the player still has a contract at the club. There is not a big chance that the player will start the next year in Europe, said the source to the publication. In recent times, Uda has been linked with a move to Sweden with an unnamed team in that country said to monitor him from as back as his days in Nigeria. Another news on sport. Striker Kylian Mbappe has revealed that it will be difficult for him to forget the pains of losing the 2022 World Cup finals to Argentina, despite notching a hat-trick for Dider Descans's side in the final. Mbappe and his international teammates came up short as Leeds Blues was beaten on penalties in the showpiece game in Qatar. While clubmate Lionel Messi is there to return to Paris following his run, Mbappe made a swift return to domestic actions, securing a late 2-1 win against Strasbourg in Ligue 1 on Wednesday, despite Neymar being sent off just after the hour mark. Speaking after scoring a 96th minute penalty, he had won himself. The 24-year-old acknowledged the pain of France's loss in Doha, which stay with him forever, but stressed he does not feel his teammates should pay the price for those emotions. And that concludes the world news for this hour. But before we go, here's some of the major headlines once again. Those working with me know I'm very difficult to satisfy. Apologize to ASUU, Feamle tells Gbajabiamila. Any police officer that commits offense will dearly pay for it. NBA demands 5 billion naira for slain lawyer's family to monitor trial. Explosion kills 3 in Kogi ahead of Buhari's visit. Suspected killer of Gulak arrested narrates how he was killed. Unknown government kidnapped female Nigerian army officer targets orders in military. So join us on all our social media handles, on Facebook as Gbagedemo with Alawiye Adebayo. Follow the page and share the page. And on Instagram as Gbagedemo_22. Follow the page and share the page as well. And on YouTube as Baba Gbagedemo TV. Kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel. And for the advertisement or inquiries about our studio, call the number displaying on the screen. Thanks so much for always watching our news on BGI TV. I am Sanut Olakomi Ajikade. Bye.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV.